What's up everyone, Whitaker here from Grind City Media, and this week for Cooking with Lang, I got one word for you. Salsa. That's all you gotta say. Salsa. We're gonna make salsa and it's gonna be awesome. It's me, it's you, let's do it. Come on, let's make salsa. Today we are making salsa. And we all know there's a million different types of salsa. It's really customizable. You can put in it whatever you like. I just like to make it fresh because it tastes better than the stuff out of the jar or out of a can or something. So we're gonna use really simple ingredients. We're gonna start with, this is a 28 ounce can of tomatoes, one of those big cans. Some vinegar, just white vinegar. Some chili flake, I like that. We'll get to that in a minute. Salt, cumin, cilantro, garlic. That's it, that's all you need. It's gonna be awesome. All this stuff's eventually gonna end up in the blender, but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit first. This is how you do garlic. If you've never cleaned up garlic, these cloves are stuck together. Sometimes they come solo. I always cut this little end off like that. You can peel back. And then take your knife and just give it a little crunch. You kind of bust open, and then you can unpeel them. You just want to get that paper off. And because they're going to go in the blender, I don't really have to worry about chopping them up right now, but that's how you take care of garlic. When I make salsa, I kind of use a two-step method because to me, texture is sort of the secret ingredient with salsa. You want it to not be too smooth, not too chunky. And by doing it this way, you can kind of control how much texture you have in your salsa. So I start off with these 6 cloves of garlic that are all peeled. They're gonna go in. It's gonna be really garlicky, which I love. Now, cilantro. Some people don't like it. You can leave it out if you don't like it. But I take these stems, and to me, the stems have more flavor than the actual leaves do. So the stems go in here now. And then we can put in all our seasoning. So cumin, there's a tablespoon of cumin, which to me tastes, I always say this and I mean this in the best way possible. It kind of tastes like dirt to me. It tastes like the earth. It's very, I don't know how to, minerally. I love the way it tastes and smells. This is going in a tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, if you wanted to, you could use jalapenos, you could use chipotle, whatever you want. You could put hot sauce in here, sriracha, Tabasco, whatever. I use red pepper flakes because to me, it's very consistent. The thing with jalapenos and other peppers is from pepper to pepper, the heat varies. This, you kind of know always what it's gonna be. So I always use about a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can add more, you can add less, whatever you want to do. But this goes in now too. And 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Gives it that real acidic zip punch, kind of cuts through all the other flavors and gives it a brightness, I think, that's really important to have when I eat salsa. I want it to be very lightly flavored, bright flavor. So 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is put some of this tomato in here. This is a 28 ounce can of chopped tomatoes. I talked about it earlier. You could use fresh tomatoes, sure. Chopped tomatoes are way easier to deal with. You don't have to clean them, seed them, peel them, all that stuff. And they're consistently good. And you can keep them in your pantry forever. Just put a couple cans in there. When you're ready to make salsa, grab one out. So this is a 28 ounce can of chopped tomatoes. And they're in pretty large pieces, you can see that. So I'm gonna put about 1 or 2 spoonfuls in there. Just enough to kind of bring all this together. And this is what I'm gonna start with right here. This is gonna be step 1 of our 2-step process. And now we blend. Done. Step 1, done. Got this nice, really flavorful sort of paste in the bottom of this. You can see the garlic and the cilantro stems are all bite-sized, really tiny little pieces. We don't want any big chunks of either of those because they're such strong flavor. So those are good to go. Now I'm gonna finish this off by taking the cilantro, the leaves. I'm just gonna tear them in half, drop that in, and then put the rest of this tomato in. And we'll be ready to go. For the second round, this is gonna be super fast. You ready? That's it. And we're done. Now, back into the bowl. If I can remember how to take this thing off. And should be a little chunky, not too chunky. Perfect. And of course, you get to eat them. I love hearty chips. I like salted chips. Probably not gonna need seasoning. I've made this a million times. If you want more salt, you can add more salt. If you want more spice, add more spice. I just want to eat some salsa, so let's do it. First thing you taste is the vinegar. It's so good. Then you get the sweetness of the tomatoes, a little bit of the cumin. Doesn't need salt, doesn't need spice. The cilantro is so good. It's just a really clean, nice flavor. You can put this on chips, you can put it on chicken, steak, tacos, whatever you're gonna do. I think I'm gonna make some nachos for dinner tonight and put this on there. I just made amazing salsa. You can do it too. This is Cooking with Lang. Make salsa, do it.